Hi, my name is Brad, and thank you for taking the time to watch my presentation on the consumer decision-making process for your product, the highly successful Apple iPhone 7, which as of January 31st, 2017, has sold over 78.3 million units. I'll go through the 5 steps in the consumer decision-making process, outlining what each step entails, making recommendations to you as to how you can improve each step and move even more units. There will also be a slideshow to accompany this presentation, along with references. The 5 steps in the process are recognition, information search, evaluation of alternatives, purchase decision, and post-purchase behavior. For this presentation, I'm going to focus on the Apple iPhone 7 32GB. This would be considered the entry-level phone in the range and will allow me to compare it against other entry-level phones from other competitors. The phone is part of the Apple iPhone 7 family, which is available in 32GB, 128GB, and 256GB varieties, as well as being available in rose gold, gold, silver, black, jet black, and product red colours. Product red isn't available in 32GB. There's also the Apple iPhone 7 Plus, which is a bigger variation of the Apple iPhone 7. So step 1 is recognition. What may trigger a consumer to purchase this product? Phones are a high demand product. Almost everybody has a phone and almost everybody needs a phone. Phones are usually upgraded once every year or once every 2 years. So as such, a lot of people will already be conditioned to buy a new phone. There could be a perceived need that there's a newer phone on the market, their phone isn't as quick, their phone could be broken, inoperable, or simply they want to keep up with what their friends and family have. Some of the actual problems that they have is their current phone may not be doing what they want it to do, or it could just simply be that whole, I want to have the best possible product out there at the moment. The way I view things and my recommendation to trigger that need recognition isn't so much about what you already have, it's about what you can do a little bit different. So the phone gets upgraded usually once a year, and a whole upgrade happens every 2 years. I would recommend looking at things like you've recently done with the product red and having more variations come out on a more consistent basis, maybe every 3 or 6 months, whether it's a high capacity, even a different size, different color, even different additions to the phone itself. That way, a lot of people who purchase Apple products who want to have the newest one will be more likely to upgrade on a more regular basis. Step 2 is information search. So what process will consumers go through to search for information? They'll go online. They'll look at reviews, they'll look at blogs, they'll talk to their friends, they'll go to the Apple website, they'll go to their trusted other trusted websites to see what people are saying about the new product. And they'll also use their own knowledge. They understand how the phone works. They may already be comfortable with how it works. The recommendation I have for this is to ensure that Apple uses people who are already well known within the industry, so some thought leaders, and try to get them on side early on. Often reviews of the first product that comes out can be sometimes a little bit up and down because it is the first one of a new batch. So making sure that those people already understand what the phone's aiming to do and get them to talk more positively about the product. There already exists an opportunity within Apple's own ecosystem to get people excited about a new product, because a lot of people use only Apple products. So they'll use an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac. Using the fact that they're already in the Apple ecosystem to let them know that something new is coming would be a fantastic way about it. Finally, I would also use online platforms such as Facebook and Google, as well as places where people are actually using their phones already. So we're looking at bus stops, train stations, and things like that to actually let people know that the new phone's coming when they're actually using their phone, which is an effective way to get people to understand that, hey, something new is coming, and get them to think about it. Step 3 is the evaluation of alternatives. We all know that Samsung is probably Apple's biggest competitor, but we also know that nowadays there are a number of new phones on the market from companies like HTC, LG, and even Google with their Nexus phones. Apple is a brand, and people tend to be loyal to the brand. However, Apple run the iOS system, as we all know, and people understand how to use that. Almost every other phone on the market actually uses an Android system, which is a different operating system altogether, but the phones can be different. This presents a unique opportunity for Apple to build loyalty with their brand as opposed to an operating system. Customers will again use online reviews, peer reviews, expert opinions, and will compare the phone to other phones in terms of its specs, whether it's size, internal capacity, screen resolution. There are a number of different ways that people will compare the phones, and accompanying with this slideshow is a chart that compares the base level for 5 different phones, including the Apple iPhone 7. I would recommend driving home the usability of the iOS system when it comes to the alternatives. Unfortunately, there are a lot of alternatives out there, and a lot of them are actually more highly spec'd than the Apple iPhone 7. They all use the Android operating system, and the Android system is a little bit harder to learn than it is the iOS. The iOS is obviously designed to be as user-friendly and simple as possible. I would really be driving this home because it is a massive selling point. And once you can get people to understand your operating system, it's easy to merge them over to iPads or to Macs and to actually get them into your ecosystem and keep them there because of the simplicity of use. I would also invest a lot at the retail level. So we all know that the Apple Store is a fantastic way to go in there and experience the Apple product. But not everyone buys their products through the Apple Store. In Australia, we've got telcos such as Optus, Telstra and the like, who will often sell iPhones on 2-year contracts. So I would actually invest in those places, in their sales staff to get them better qualified, more knowledgeable, and possibly even incentivize them to be able to be able to sell the iPhone as opposed to any other phone. The purchase decision, which is step 4, the consumer will normally come to a decision based on a lot of the other things we've talked about. They'll most likely look at buying the iPhone 7 because of its ease of use, its compatibility with previous incarnations of the iPhone or other platforms they might be using, such as the iPad or the Mac, its sleek and simple design, and a perceived cool factor out there. A lot of their friends will have it, and they'll hopefully have the newest one. Again, I would focus on focusing on the usability of the product and its after product support through the Apple Store is obviously a fantastic opportunity to really push home that, hey, you're not just buying a phone and you're left by yourself. You're actually buying a phone and you're going to have some help afterwards. Step 5 is the post-purchase behavior. Customers would probably feel satisfied because of the ability to do everything they wanted and probably a little bit more with the phone and its simplicity of use. They may feel dissatisfied because they may find out that the hardware is not quite as good as other phones, or there may actually just be an issue with the phone, which can happen from time to time. A poor experience may lead to negative feelings about the product, and they may go online and talk about it in a bad way. They may tell their friends, which could harm the product. Again, with this one, I'd be pushing the benefits of the Apple Store and the Apple geniuses that are there within. And I would really focus on the fact that you can't get this from a HTC or from an LG or from even the Google Nexus phone. If you think about Google being such an omnipotent presence in the world, yeah, if your Google phone breaks down, do you really have anywhere to go to get it fixed? Apple stores need to be pushed quite heavily that, hey, once you buy our product, you've got support, you've got training available. Apple is in a unique position because it's an already established brand. And basically, people are either choosing whether to use the Apple operating system or Google's Android operating system. This allows Apple to build their brand, build loyalty, and really push the fact that when you're part of the Apple family, everything is secure in that one place. So, in summary, I think it's important for Apple to keep the product fresh with regular updates, ensure the product is always front of mind with consumers through advertising places where they're using their phone and getting ready to purchase their next one, focus on the usability and simplicity of the operating system, ensure plenty of stock at retailers and incentivizing staff outside of the Apple stores to really push the Apple iPhone 7, and build a campaign around post-product support through those Apple stores. And that is the consumer decision-making process for the Apple iPhone 7 32GB. Thanks for watching.